All right, how about this? The federal government has charged Facebook with discrimination. The government is saying Facebook allowed landlords and real estate brokers to systematically exclude groups, including non-Christians, immigrants, and minorities from seeing ads for houses and apartments. The civil charges filed by the Department of Housing and Urban Development could cost Facebook millions of dollars in penalties. The case will be heard by an administrative law judge unless HUD or Facebook decides to move it to federal court. Joining me now to sort through how all of this could happen is cybersecurity expert Ian Marlowe. Ian, welcome to Chasing News. How are you?
Very good. How are you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Doing great. Thanks for coming on. I want to understand this because obviously these are very serious charges. How are they doing it, and what is it? What is a broker or somebody coming on? What are they supposed to do? Isn't the whole idea of narrowing down who is going to see your ad? It's been their platform since inception.
Very much correct. You know, the interesting part of this really for everybody is understanding that this is a platform that profiles. That's exactly what it does. Being able to, as an advertiser, choose who sees exactly what you want. And this is really a question about trust. That's what it is, in my opinion, today. We're seeing an eroding sense of trust relative to Facebook as a platform. So as the government begins to look at how people are using the information to profile, they're saying that there are more extreme limits that need to be put on in order to stop discrimination.
Thank you, Ian. Enjoy your weekend. Appreciate your time tonight. All right, let's bring back our A+ panel. Social commentator Lisa Durden back with us, and immigration attorney Afia Yunus. All right, Afia, I'm going to start with you from an attorney perspective. I understand the point the government is making. That said, this has been going on for years that, you know, if you're paying for, you want to boost the reach of what you're doing, why wouldn't you go with a demographic that you think, well, I'm going to maximize bigger bang for my buck?
Yeah, but just because something's been happening for years doesn't mean that there doesn't need to be regulation. I think that this has been a fast-moving freight train where social media platforms have been slowly targeting, and now using race and gender and religion. I mean, this is ridiculous. I think the government needs to step in and create some regulation.
So you agree with that, Lisa? You think the government now needs to step in and regulate social media. Isn't this really a case of that our laws are just way behind where the technology is?
Government regulation! You get a regulation, you get a regulation, we all get a regulation!
Why is that good?
Well,
why is that good?
Remember when we had cell phones and when you would get rid of your cell phone provider, you couldn't keep that phone number? The government stepped in and said, not so quickly. The government said that's BS. So the same thing's happening here.
This is like the new Reconstruction era, where there was discrimination institutionalized into housing.
It still is.
And it's still here, and it's just manifesting in a new way.
I hate the pop-up ads. I can't stand it. I would like them to target and maybe keep me off of their list.
Well, they do target. Like, I'm going to get ads for hijab, and I hope you don't get ads for hijab.
Is that discriminatory?
Well,
it's based on your religion.
Right now, it's the wild west, and there needs to be some restriction.
Exactly.
We're not saying that targeted advertising in and of itself for any product or service is
You know what? No one has been able to say through this whole thing, and the government hasn't made this case yet. Who's been hurt? So without a victim, I think Facebook may have a case.
No, first of all, the state can be hurt. The state can be hurt. It doesn't have to be individuals.
All right, guys, got to leave it there. Thank you. But seriously, Facebook, keep your ads off my page.